But I feel like more and more as time goes by and as we're like getting this like Latin pride out again, we're wanting to get in touch with our roots and with our language and with our you know, rhythms and our food and everything that is so beautiful about our culture that like the United States doesn't have, you know, like that's the reality.
Today we are here with Melissa Barrera, who plays Vanessa in the upcoming movie In the Heights. First of all, girl, we knew you were an amazing actress, but you're coming at us like as a singer too. You know, how cool is that?
It's a movie of joy and celebration and of our culture and our heritage and our countries and where we come from and the struggle and everything. And we need something that is filled with joy right now. And that's what this movie is.
What was maybe something that was new or that you had to explore a little bit more in coming, you know, and finding yourself in this brand new setting that is in the Heights, New York?
Well, I was very lucky that we got to shoot in the Heights, you know, that we got to shoot in the actual place where the movie is set and like interact with people that live there and that, you know that life and that experience, because I grew up in Mexico and obviously it's very different to grow up in Monterrey, where I'm from, in a big city, but it's like more like suburban, you know, like lots of like houses and like families, as opposed to like in a city like New York. So I wanted to like be truthful to that experience, but also be truthful to Vanessa's dreams and like what her journey is and how she feels stuck in that place and how she wants to get out, which is something that I could relate to. And I think a lot of people can relate to, where they feel like they have to get out of their small town where they're from to like make their dreams come true. And a lot of us do that. We go away. I did that. And for me, the most difficult part was the dancing. Like, we're being completely honest.
Why, girl?
The dancing, because the choreography, like, I can dance. Like, I took dance classes when I was studying musical theater. I never considered myself a dancer. I was just like an actor and a singer who can dance. Like, I can pick up choreography and I can like kind of move, but I don't have technique. And less technique in Latin rhythms. Latin rhythms are a whole different thing. Like, the body has to move in a whole different way. And for this movie, I had to do very intricate salsa choreography. And I was very scared of that. I was very scared. It took me a lot of weeks of rehearsal to nail that, the club number, which is a very big number in the movie. And I was, you know, doubting myself, thinking that I was not going to be able to do it. I was like about to give up many times and tell them to just use a dance double because I'm not going to be able to get the speed or the, you know, the accuracy of the movements and the turns and all these things. And I kept pushing through, and you realize that we set our own limits in our brains. Like, we doubting ourselves, we limit ourselves, and we are actually capable of doing so much more than we give ourselves credit for. So I'm so proud that I did that. And I think people watching the movie are going to be so happy with the representation of like Latin rhythms that is there and the dancing. And I feel like so many little kids are going to watch and are going to want to go into dance lessons after this movie, because we have like, you know, children all the way to like senior adults dancing in the movie, and everyone is spectacular. Boys, girls, like everyone is shining, and it's beautiful to see that, because it's a part of who we are, you know, as Latinos.
Right. I was gonna say, I feel like you just made a connection that I hadn't thought about before, but it was like little kids are gonna be able to see this movie and feel in touch, like, to their roots through music, when in fact you have a lot of kids that are sometimes like born here in the States, you know, first generation, second generation, that don't really have that aspect of their culture. But like, you know how Spanish is becoming a new like thing now? Like, maybe just being in touch with your roots more is also like something we're propelling with this movie.
Yeah, 100%. And it's something that we should be proud of. I feel like there was a moment in time where a lot of people, especially, you know, children of immigrants that moved to the United States that wanted to assimilate the most
Right.
possible because it's easier, because life is easier if you don't have an accent, because they're not going to single you out or bully you, or and a lot of parents, out of love, out of protecting their children, would not teach them Spanish. Like, it's better if you don't, because that way, no one is going to think
Right.
that you're an other, and that's an act of love. But I feel like more and more as time goes by, and as we're like getting this like Latin pride out again, we're wanting to get in touch with our roots and with our language and with our rhythms and our food and everything that is so beautiful about our culture that like the United States doesn't have. Like, that's
Right.
the reality. The reality is that
You gotta bring
Latinos, we have a richness that the United States doesn't have. That's the reality. So I think it's a beautiful thing if we can encourage the younger generations to cherish that and to honor that and to wanna be proud of that. And I think this movie is that.
For la gente, by la gente.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.